Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Um, this is Tooba. I'm the founder, owner, and lead consultant at On Time Training and Consultancy Services. We are here to share an announcement that we are starting our PMI, CPMI training and exam preparation course this January. And we would like to talk about that. We have Aysha with us, who is going to lead that initiative with us. So we are going to speak with Aysha in this call, and we are going to talk about the credential itself, like the do's and don'ts of credential, what it entails, how it helps the project manager in their day-to-day job responsibilities, as well as we are going to talk about our service offerings as well, right? Aysha, a brief introduction about yourself, please, and then we will get started.
Yes. Okay, Tooba, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Am I audible, Tooba?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm Aysha. Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Aysha, and I'm working as a strategic partner, training and advisory for OTTC currently. Over the past decade, I have worked as an entrepreneur and an EdTech project manager, learning technology-based, leading technology-based learning solutions. So yeah, that's my intro.
Great, Aysha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aysha, let's begin our conversation.
Okay.
Why CPMI? Why it is becoming so important for PMs?
Yes, so with the AI penetrating almost every industry and every sector, all of us are, willingly or unwillingly being pushed into that direction where we have to manage data initiatives, AI initiatives across various sectors, right? And the vanilla agile and or the predictive methodologies do not fit this kind of work. So the PMI came up with the CPMAI framework, and it kind of accommodates all of the data changes, the model drifts, and the shifting outcomes, right? So that is what it offers.
So, Aysha, you have been working in the project management capacity for more than 7 years now, and now you're working full time with On Time as well in the training, mentoring, and consultancy capacity. What made you move in that direction, like the AI direction for project management? What really excites you in this capacity? Why AI? Why AI for you?
So let me give you some context. Over the last year, I have been leading some AI integration projects in an e-learning product, right? Basically, personalized learning and feedback assessment and all of that. So, and going through that process of AI integration in the product, I was facing the same challenges, which I thought our regular PM methodologies could not accommodate very well. And then I learned that PMI had introduced their CPMAI framework, and we wanted to be it. I wanted to have a first movers advantage and see if things could be done in a better way. So that is my reason for really. I was intrigued that how this could be done, and that is the reason I opted for the CPMAI certification.
Okay.
And the fact that in our region, Tooba, and even globally, there's not a lot of information on how to manage these kind of projects.
I know. I totally understand your viewpoint. And Aysha, you also became the first Pakistani female with this credential. So how does that feel?
It feels great. It feels great. It feels that you having a first movers advantage, and with your mentorship to buy it became possible. There's so many people we can empower, we can enable to lead AI projects successfully. So yeah,
100%, 100%. One other thing, I mean, that's outside the agenda actually, but I have got this question from a couple of people, so I thought of initiating this discussion in this webinar. Like some of the LinkedIn, context, they just came and they talked about CPMAI, and they also had their PMP, and they just asked this question that how CPMAI is different than PMP. Like, I'm already PMP, I'm already running projects, I'm already doing this really well. I already know how to use ChatGPT, I already know how to use Gemini. So what value does PMI add actually? So you are PMP, you are also running the PMP courses at OTTC, and you are also CPMAI, and you are going to lead the CPMAI course with us as well. So maybe you are the best person to answer.
So yes, again, PM I'm going to look at it from two aspects, like from a certification perspective and then from the experience perspective. So for PMP, you need to have this prerequisites. There's certain eligibility criteria that you need to fulfill, right? And you've got to check certain boxes, right? But for CPMAI, from a certification perspective, you don't need it. You don't need any prior experience and all of that. But then from a project management perspective, again, I would tie this answer to my first response that, okay, agile is there, predictive is there, and it works very well with software projects, construction projects, and all of that, right? But with the kind of uncertainty the data brings and the way it, and also, with AI and ML projects and data projects, a lot of ethical concerns come into the picture, right? Which, although addressed in PMP and all of that, are super more important and super more highlighted in CPMAI. So, I mean, there's a clear distinct difference between the two. Yeah.
So CPMAI is not replacing PMP. I mean, PMP has its worth, and it's
no. You still need to have a very strong foundation, right, to excel in project management.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. So that was actually the point. Okay.
The other thing is, Tooba, that although AI would be integrated across various industries in various workflows, but some of the non-AI elements of project management are largely going to remain.
Okay. So my next question is, do PMs need AI or machine learning expertise or experience to go for this credential?
I would say that just the very basic foundational concepts are nice to have, but not must have, right? So you don't need to be a data scientist. You do not, or a data engineer, ML engineer, any kind of thing, any kind of that level of technical expertise, because, all of the foundational concepts, right? AI and ML foundational concepts are integrated in the course itself, in the training program itself. So even if you're a newcomer with no background in ML and AI, it's still very palpable. It's very easy to absorb those concepts and build from ground up. Yeah. So no prior experience in ML and AI required, really.
And yes, this is also, I would say, a misperception in the market that this credential probably is targeting only technology professionals, IT or software guy, or it's not for every industry. So what would you say about that?
So think of how I would say that I would like, play the devil's advocate and ask you a question, that think of all the industries that are now integrating AI, like from construction, oil and gas, healthcare, finance, transportation and logistics. I mean, think of every single industry where some kind of AI integration is happening, it's embedded, and that's where the importance of AI project management comes in. So it's not just IT and software.
Anybody can do. And what's the eligibility criteria? Because usually PMI credentials come with an eligibility criteria followed by an application process. And once that is done and you are able to defend your experience and other criteria, only then you are allowed to sit in the exam and to earn that credential. So what about this one?
So the short answer is you do not require any kind of pre-existing certifications like PMP or anything at all. No such certifications are required as a prerequisite. And you do not need any prior experience in AI or ML or any kind of project management as well.
Okay, but is there any kind of prereq for this, like any requirement from PMI to go
yes,
with
yes.
it?
The prerequisite. Yeah, the prerequisite is only that you purchase the PMI bundle, you complete the PMI CPMAI course, and you schedule the exam and you sit for the exam. That is like the only prerequisite. You complete the CPMAI course at PMI.
Yes, so just in case the audience is willing to know how does the exam bundle looks like and what it really entails, so I've shared the link in the comment area. You can check. And at times people ask us about the fee structure for exam bundle as well, which is a prereq. You have to complete that. So you can check the regional fee because PMI courses and credentials fees are usually regional based, right? Okay, so now the next pointer that we would like to talk about, which is very important because most of the people these days are interested in the credential itself and they would like to become CPMAI certified. So how does the exam structure actually look like? And of course, we would like to hear from you from a mentoring perspective, because you are going to mentor this course later on for on-time training, right? So how would you like to describe the exam structure?
So again, the exam structure is basically based on the CPMAI ECO, the examination content outline. It has 5 domains. The first domain is the responsible and trustworthy AI, then identifying the business needs and solutions, and then identifying the data needs, and then model development and evaluation, and finally, operationalizing the AI solutions, right? And there's different, each domain has different weightage. Like trustworthy AI is about 15%, then identifying business needs is about 26% of the exam. Identifying data needs and data preparation is again 26%. And model development and evaluation is about 17%, and sorry, 16%, and operationalization is 17%. So that's what the eco looks like. As far as the exam itself is concerned, there are 120 questions, and out of which 20 are unscored. You don't get any, they're not counted towards your final total, and 100 are scored questions, right? The ones that you'll be assessed for, right? And it's 2-hour 40-minute exam, and from a personal experience, it took me about 2 hours to wrap up the exam, right? Tooba, am I missing anything? Do you want me?
No, I think you have covered everything. Yes, you probably would like to also talk about that. Does PMI offer the online proctored version of?
Oh yeah. So as per for audience who are already familiar with PMI and those who are not familiar with PMI examination procedures, the exam itself you could take through. It's an online exam. First, you could take it through a Pearson VUE center-based exam, or it could be Pearson proctored exam at like the computer-based test at your home or at your place. And yeah, that's that. So
Thank you.
Both options are there.
Thank you for this, Aysha. So Aysha, what is the catch when it comes to exam? Like, I mean, where do most of the candidates get stuck actually when it comes to exam preparation? Because, this is like really, a very much trending thing these days when it comes to project management, that everybody would like to like go for CPMAI because it's like incorporates the AI element for project management. But how does the exam look like? And from a preparation perspective, what would you suggest? Maybe you share your exam experience in this capacity.
Yes, that's what I'm going to share. The exam is judgment-based, right? It's going to test for your deep understanding of the 6 CPMAI phases, right? And its application on real-world scenarios. Like there's not a single recall from memory kind of question. No, that's not going to happen. They're going to put in some industry scenarios. It's not a practicum-based exam, but the real-world scenarios are still very much a part of the exam. So you need to think of all the phases and how to implement them, right? From a preparation perspective, and this is where I'm what the journey I went through while I was preparing. I had the PMI course and I had different manuals. I had to actually go through a lot of resources, the blogs, the podcasts, and everything to gather the data, because I'm the kind of person who would like really go into the details to gather everything. And then I, started consolidating it, crystallizing it. And then I studied these cases across different industries. And then some of my own use cases as an edtech project manager also applied to it. And I felt that overall, there was not a single clean resource which I could just go to. And, I don't have to go in 10 different places, right? So that was not there for me, right? So while preparing, I also, started creating our course, the one that we are launching. And I kind of crystallized to create a clean resource. Then I also developed my own scenario-based questions because, fresh from the exam, I had I knew that what are the kind of questions PMI would test us on. So yeah, so that is what we did. That's what it looked like.
Great. So Aysha, the most important conversation that we need to have is the OTTC's CPMI training and exam prep program. You are designing the course for OTTC. You are going to be the trainer and mentor for that course, and it's your initiative, right? So explain the learning journey to our webinar aspirants, as webinar participants, as well as the CPMI aspirants, whoever is going to listen to this video later on. How does the roadmap look like? And if you say, I can share the roadmap with you over here as well. Let me share that so that you could explain well. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
And this is basically based on my own learning journey. This is okay. So let's first talk about the offerings themselves. So we'll be offering 30 hours of live training sessions. It's a weekend only thing. And 5 weeks, 3 hours per session, right? So along with that, all of the video lectures that are recorded, we'll be providing you as a revision resource, right? You'll also get 21 PDUs certificate awarded if you can attend 80% of the sessions, right? So that's an add-on because, you don't really need to provide PMI with these PDUs, but for other certifications, this comes really, really handy. And this is I would say a cherry on the top for a lot of people, right? And we will also have all of the content crystallized along with real-world case studies and all of that in the slides. And whatever content I have created, Tooba, it's completely ECO aligned. The ECO has different domains divided into tasks, divided into enablers and all of that. So the point is that the slides are completely exam content aligned. Plus, I have developed 250 scenario-based questions, which test real-world scenarios, real-world situations, and test your decision-making power and, how you're going to apply all of these phases to, and what you're going to experience in the exam itself. That's what the questions are going to like. There's not a single recall from memory type of question. Along with that, right, to help you move seamlessly towards your certification, we have our step-by-step study plan, which will be made available to all of our candidates. And in addition to that, I will personally mentor all of the candidates, 8-hour dedicated mentoring support via Zoom, matching our schedules and all of that. Plus, we'll offer unlimited exam prep support until you pass your exam via WhatsApp, right? Yeah, so that's what we have to offer for the course.
Aysha, I would like to talk about a perspective which needs to be clear, that our course is not an alternative to PMI 21 PDU's course. That is a mandatory requirement, and we are not replacing any of it. You need to cover that for sure. On top of it, we are offering you this course and offering with the expectation that you get exam ready and you get that confidence that you go to the exam as per the PMI expectation. So that course is mandatory. You have to go for that. There is no alternative to that, or to skip that part. This course is like
that is a prerequisite.
This course that we are offering is just a comprehension. It's just like I would say a better explanation of what PMI is already offering, which is in alignment to the ECO or exam content outline. Okay, let's talk about the roadmap. Aysha, your call.
Yes, I'm there. So we already told you that this is a 5-week program, 30 hours of training. And we'll start off with the introduction to the 7 patterns of AI. It's a very good, logically good starting point to first have a grasp of these patterns. Then we'll move on to the second domain, identifying business needs and solutions. This is going to be part 1. And in session 3, again, this will be a continuation of identify business needs, the second domain. In session 4, we are going to start off with identifying data needs. This is again divided into 2 sessions, 2 parts. Domain 3 continues till week 3, the 5th session. And in the 6th session, we'll start off with managing AI model development, evaluation. Again, this is divided into 2 parts because actually we are explaining, this may sound a lot, but we are explaining through real world scenarios. So that's why we have divided it into logical parts, right? And the session 8 would be the operationalization domain. Session 9 will again continue with the operationalization domain. In the session and in the last session, the very last one, the 10th session, we are going to cover domain 1, supporting responsible and trustworthy AI efforts. And the reason we have, taken it all the way to the end of the course is because this domain is interrelated to all of the other domains. Like while we are studying business domain, when we are studying data domain, when we are studying model development and evaluation, operationalization, in all of these domains, we have to integrate the trustworthy and responsible AI efforts and align it to them. That is why we are going to pass through all of these phases, and in the end, we are going to really, focus in on the responsible and trustworthy AI domain.
So, Aysha, how much time, in your opinion, does this 60 hours commitment would take as per your study plan?
See, you have to, we want you to complete be certification ready in 5 to 6 weeks, right? So 30 hours is our live training sessions, but along with that, you'll have to invest 30 hours in self-study, which includes, going through the PMI course as well, right? And note taking and revision and all of that. That comprises the self-study, 30 hours of self-study.
So yeah, so the bottom
So a
line,
total of 60 hours, basically.
yeah. So the bottom line is that this 60 hours would cover your 21 hours expectation on the PMI course,
Yes.
as well as the
Yes.
exam readiness and some self-study plus exam
Yes.
practice that Aysha is going to provide
It
you.
basically will account for the course, the revision, taking the mock exams that we are going to provide you, all of that.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you so much, Aysha, for walking us through this. Okay, so moving back to our conversation, what are the next steps for the audience regarding the course and what they should be doing if they are going to join?
The next steps are basically if Tooba must have provided a link, you click on that or get the QR code for the exam and just enroll with us, right? And the good news is that if you enroll through this link or the QR code, you get 20% off on our first batch. We are starting our first batch on January 17th. It spans over January and goes down to February. So you get a wonderful discount on that. Right. And if you have any questions, then you can reach out to us, reach out to Tooba, reach out to me. You have our contact, and we can, get on a brief call and answer your concerns. Right.
Thank you so much, Aysha, for sharing insights and explaining the questions in detail. Of course, this is helpful, and I'm sure the audience must have found it helpful. So, Aysha, any word of advice that you would like to share in the end before we start answering the audience questions?
I think the word of advice would be that you first believe that this is doable, then you prepare for it in a focused, streamlined manner, right? And just that, and
Great.
be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent is, I think, the best advice to PMI aspirants for any course.
Any certification, any learning experience at all.
Yeah, any learning experience, PMI want you to be focused and consistent. Okay, I am seeing a couple of questions, and just in case audience would like to just, just unmute and ask their questions directly from Aysha or myself, that's also a possibility. Let's first answer the questions which are available in the comment area, and then just in case if anyone else would like to ask the question directly, we can take that. So I am seeing this question that from JA. I don't know the name, but JA is saying that what's the difficulty level of this certification and how long does it typically take to prepare for it if someone has not previously completed any PMI certification? This is a logical question.
This is actually this is a great question. So see, difficulty, there's difficulty level and then there's the, passing rates. These are two things. They are decoupled, first of all. The exam is challenging. Any PMI that exam that you sit for is challenging in a sense that it tests your judgment, tests your application, right? Tests your comprehension and how deeply you've gone through the topics, right? So it is challenging, but it is very much doable if you follow the right steps. You learn in a streamlined way and learn in a consistent way, right? So it is doable, but yes, it is challenging in a sense that you need to be it's not as you can't just study very superficially and go sit for the exam. You're going to fail 100%. So it requires effort, right? And the next question was that how long does this typically take to prepare for someone who has not previously completed any PM? The same time. I would not go an hour above, like with our training and mentoring program. That is why we are calling it a training and mentoring program. That if you do not have any prior certification experience, You just put in the same amount of effort and you go sit for the exam. So when we started the conversation, Tooba, I said that we were talking about the eligibility criteria, that there's no prior certification a prerequisite or prior PM experience need, right? So the course that we designed was basically keeping in mind that criteria, right? So it is, I mean, you may take less time if you're PMP certified or you come from a data and AI background and all of that. You may take like 40 hours, maybe 45 hours. But this course was designed for anyone who just says that, okay, I just want to do this and I have no clue to what I'm going to do. So you can just come and follow the same plan that we are offering you.
Which is fun, which is fantastic, because if
Yes.
someone who is new to PMI is going to finish it in the same time, the same 60 hours as someone who is already
Yes.
pro in PMI, then this is like a big deal, I would say. And on top of it, I would also say that unlike other courses like ACP or PMP, there are not too many offerings or providers for CPMI course, or I would say there are not too many relevant providers
Yes.
or offerings in the market, right? You need to
Yeah.
have the relevant course as well, which includes the coverage of the PMI element as well as the exam practice test, and just
Yes.
in case you need discussion with your mentor, which we offer like pretty well, and those who are already associated with us, they are pretty much aware of that. All of this is needed because AI is not like that regular kind of skill set which you just like from a course book or from like step by step you do and you just say that okay, I'm ready. You need diversified study and a different type of sources for this type of learning, which Aysha is definitely going to offer in a very effective way. So this way,
You see,
yeah. Yep.
This course, actually, the way we have designed it with a lot of intent, right? Because I went through the journey, there were some pain points, and I was thinking from stepping myself into a learner's shoes, really, and then, then developing this course. So addressing all the pain points that potentially any CPMAI aspirant would have.
100%. And I'm seeing that Abda has a question
Yeah.
that Abda is saying that CPMI bundle is expensive. Is PMI offering any discount code soon? Abda, if you get to know that PMI is offering any discount code, you do let us know. Yeah. So Abda has another question that do you need any additional course other than the PMI bundle? Is it sufficient for exam viewpoint? I think she is referring to that practice course that PMI offers. So yes, Aisha, you did that as well. What would you like to say about that?
So see, any content that PMI is putting out is definitely very relevant and very, very important, right? So we are not going to bypass it, right? But I personally, in my learning journey, I found that the course itself is, lays a very good foundation, but I still needed some research, going through some PMI manuals, going through some blogs and gathering industry use cases and all of that. And only when I kind of crystallized all of that did I think that I am now exam ready. So that is what I'll say, right? From an eligibility criteria perspective, we have already, let you know that you need to get the course bundle, take the course, complete the course, and schedule your exam. That's sufficient from the eligibility perspective, right?
Thank you so much, Aisha. And yes, that's 100%, the case. This is how one should perceive this. So I am seeing like a lot of interest for our 20% discount. So guys, those who are interested, please share your name and your contact number with us, and we will definitely reach out to you with the offerings and how you can uh, pursue for the course. We need your details for that, right? You have the code in the comment area. Let me reshare that for the participants who have recently joined so that everybody has the access to that 20% discount code. Yeah. Anybody would like to ask anything else from us, especially from Aisha? Any other question? All good? Thank you so much, Aysha, for your time.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
And thank you, everyone, to join us, to take out time and to listen to our session and to our offering. Again, those who are interested, they can share the details with us in the comment area, or you may reach out to us over LinkedIn or over WhatsApp or our company website, and just share the code with us, and we will offer you 20% discount just in case you are interested to join our course. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Allah Hafiz, Aysha. Allah Hafiz, everyone.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.